I remember you saying previously about an attempt that you made. I think it was before 2016. I'm curious to see, like, what would you say was the difference? Like, why do you feel like it didn't work before? Was it just nutrition, or was it maybe something else?
I was doing spin classes, I was working out, but I always had this, I never wanted to go on a diet. And I never thought I ate bad. So why would I have to
Mm-hmm.
look at my diet? So, it's one of those things where I thought exercise would do everything I needed
Mm-hmm.
to achieve what I wanted. And I honestly thought that way until February, when for the first time you were like, count calories.
Mm-hmm.
And only when I did that did I actually start seeing the change. And
Yeah,
again, I wasn't on a diet.
exactly.
I ate everything really that I wanted. It was just adjusting it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it worked. Like, I was
Yeah.
shocked by, well, and it wasn't even really my goal to lose the weight.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually quite content at my weight. But I think I had settled with the idea that I would, my age, having 3 kids, that I couldn't look better. And I was settling for it.
Yes.
And when I started to see the changes, because, I hated whenever you had to do the before photos, I just hated them. I hated them. I wouldn't even send them to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, and, now that I've seen, like, it really wasn't hard. Like, that's the thing. Like, I didn't, with the exception of the first week or two where I was
Adjusting.
miserable because I was cranky, I was hungry, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what to do. Once you sort of started to figure it out and work around it, it really wasn't that hard,
Yeah.
which I know is not the same for everyone, but, it was surprising to see the weight come off.
I think the principles are the same, right? Like you're just being more conscious of what you're eating, and you don't have to go on a diet. I think that's one of the things that MyFitnessPal and tracking allows you to do, is that it gives you a budget. It's almost like a financial budget. You might need to buy a new car. That's your dessert, but you can't do that every month. It won't
Yeah.
fit in the budget, right? You can't go on vacation all the time, but you can, make sure you cover your costs, your protein, and all that stuff, right? Sort of things that if you treat it that way, it works just as well, right? But like you said, at this point, it's become so ingrained that it's almost like it's intuitive now, which I think most people want, and where I want most people to end up, is that it doesn't have to be any more work after a while.
No. And, and it was funny because, like, I lost it all, and then the summer came,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew I would be away a lot. And, it's summertime, you go to the cottage, you want to, like, I was good. I wasn't having, any alcohol in the first few months.
Mm-hmm.
But then summer came, and I was worried that that would completely throw me off. And it didn't. Like, that was the other thing. It really was an eye opener that I could, not, you can have that drink. It's okay.
You can live your life.
Yeah. You can have that glass. And I was taking pictures of the wine, and I was putting it in my app, and I was still for the first couple of months, I still tracked the calories of how that fit in. But again, if I want to go have a glass of wine, I'll go have a glass of wine.
Yes, that's
It's not
exactly the
gonna,
80/20.
just because I know in general that my calories are okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't see myself changing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I work on a construction site, and all the guys would make comments, and I would always tell them, would you believe I eat bacon and eggs?
Mm-hmm.
And they would all look at me.
They were surprised about you being able to have that.
Yeah, no, they always expected me to be sitting there with the salad, and I would be like, no, I'll take the meat.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that people don't realize. Like, it doesn't have to be just salads. I mean, tracking allows you not to have just salads, but it's important to also get other stuff too to fill out your macronutrient needs, specifically for protein, especially when you're trying to build muscle, maintain muscle, and lose body fat.
Yeah.